welcome back to the Unit 8 Miscellaneous Concepts, and in this video we are going to look upon to the preprocessor directives. As the name suggests, preprocessors are the programs that processes our source code before the compilations. Or you can say, by the name you can say preprocessor, which is processed before the compilation of the program. You must have seen the hash symbol while we were including the header files. That hash symbol is called preprocessor directive. Okay, and before the compilation, whatever the preprocessor directive is associated with, that particular statement is executed, or you can say is opened up. And what do I mean by open up? I'm going to show you right now. And we are going to particularly talk about hash defined preprocessor directive. And this preprocessor directive creates a symbolic constant. This symbolic constant is called macro, and the general form of this directive is given below. Okay, this is the syntax of defining, or you can say using the hash defined preprocessor directive, and this is the program we are going to talk about. Okay, and you can see two types of preprocessor directives in here. First is hash include and second is hash define. So hash include is used to include the header files or the contents of the header files in the program. Before the compilation of program, what hash include does, whatever the content is stored in this particular header file is pasted in here in this file, or you can say it is copied and pasted in this whole program. Okay, and now talking about hash define, we can see in here syntax says hash define macro name and then the replacement text. Okay, so first of all is the we can use hash define to declare constant, or we can also use it as to some sort of short functions functionality. Okay, they can provide us short functions, but they are a bit different from functions. They do not work similarly as a function. Okay, now first we are going to talk about the constant. Wherever here we have defined a constant pi using hash define, and in program wherever the compiler will encounter pi, first of all before compilation, not after compilation or during compilation, before compilation, all these pi's, capital P and I, this is the naming convention. You can also use small letters, but it is preferred to use capital letters while defining a macro. Okay, that is why we have capital P and I for pi and capital ADD for add. Okay, so now wherever the compiler will find the word pi, or you can say constant pi, it is going to replace it first, then it is going to compile whole program. Okay, and we can see in here float, we am declaring a floating point variable a, and I am going to do this p multiply or maybe add 2. I'm adding 2 in pi, and I'm going to print it out simply, and we will be having percentage f 0.2 and a. Okay, let's see what we have as an output. Okay, okay, you can see in here pi was replaced by 3.14, and we added 2 in there, and we get the answer of 5.14. Okay, so this was how we can use hash define as a constant. And now we need to work upon these short functions. These hash defined macros, or you can say macros, are not same as functions. In case of function, what happens, the flow of controls jumps to the particular function whenever that function is called. And you can see in here while defining the macro add, there is a difference in the syntax also. We need not to define what will be the type of a, what will be the type of b. We did not specify whether it will be integer, floating point variable, or character. It can be anything, and it is going to replace that with this particular set of statement. And point to be noted in here, we are not adding semicolons at the end. In hash define, or while we are defining macros, we do not need any sort of semicolons at the end of the statement. Now let's see what we have when I am going to use add function. Okay, add, and I am going to and I'm going to give the numbers as 1.25 maybe, and maybe 2. So we should be seeing 1.3.25, okay, as an answer. Let's see what we have. We have 3.25. Now moment of truth is here, that I said that it is different from functions because they are not called, or you can say the flow of control does not shift to the definition of the function. Instead they are replaced, or you can say this 1.25 plus 2 was replaced instead of that. The flow of control is not shifting to this particular function. It is not happening, guys. The value, or you can say the replacement text, is being replaced, or you can say this was replaced by 1.25 plus 2 before the compilation. Okay, so let's see whether the flow of control jumps to hash define, or you can say the definition of that particular function or not. And you can see we did not, or you can say the compiler did not jump to this particular statement because this was already replaced, unlike the functions. I'm also going to define a function for the better understanding. So the output would be float, and add would be the name, float a, and float b. And I'm not defining the prototype, I'm defining the prototype and definition within the same line. Okay, you can do this also, but it is not preferred while we are doing practice, or you can say while writing a project. Okay, this is not advisable. This will return a plus b, and now you will see the difference, between these. Control C, and here goes our semicolon, and at the end we will be printing, instead of a, I will be printing second variable b, and I will be calling that different function add. And let's see what we have now. Okay, you can see here, first we have the macro, and let's see what we have. We did not jump to the definition of the macro. Now we jumped to the definition of the float, or you can say the function add. Okay, now I guess you know the difference between the functions and the macros. In case of macros, all the definition, or you can say the replacement text, is replaced before the compilation, while in functions, the call, whenever the function is called, the compiler shifts, or the flow of control shift towards the definition of the function. So this was all about preprocessor directives. See you in the next video.